This video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network. Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. Thanks to the EA Creator Network, I got early access to the new expansion pack that's coming out on Thursday, and I was really excited to play. But first, I really wanted to build something. I've always really wanted to build like functional hotels and stuff, and I think with how this pack works, we should be able to do that. I haven't tested it yet, but it should work. So that's what I did with this build, and I think it turns out super fun. I built a really, honestly, disgusting motel in Strangerville. It's honestly really nasty. It doesn't actually use that many items from the new expansion pack because the new items are like mostly very nice. And the vibe for this motel was obviously the opposite of very nice. So it does not have a lot of the new items, but obviously for me it was more for the functionality of the new pack. So I've used like the little check-in thing that you get from the new expansion pack, but I think most of what I used in this build was probably eco lifestyle because of how much gross stuff is in there, and then also a lot of for rent items. But I think this build turned out so cool, and I'm so excited about it. I think Strangerville is such a cool world, but I never know what to build in it. So every single time I end up building in Strangerville, I build these like really gross, ugly builds, but they're not actually ugly. But like if you were to go here, you would be horrified. Everything about it is so awful. Clearly it's not been cleaned in a very long time. I personally like to think that the people who run this place just decided that cleaning it wasn't worth it. I mean, Strangerville is kind of gross anyway, with like the plants and the virus or the mother plant. I don't know what it really is, but whatever that is, it's not like the cleanest, fanciest place on earth. So I guess, you know, hygiene and making it all look very nice isn't necessarily on top of their list of things that are very important to them. Because people just kind of need a place to go sometimes, especially in a place like this. I just like to think that these people really wanted to make money, and cleaning supplies and a cleaner were just too much of a cost with not enough return. I like to think that there's just not that many other places that still would be open in the kind of crisis that Strangerville is in. So maybe because they're like one of the only hotels / motels that's still open, they can just get away with being like this. Which is awful, but possibly true. I think for the things that Sims will do on this lot, I put them to be, I think, sleeping, eating, swimming, even though I will say the pool is disgusting. I would not recommend swimming in it, but Sims might. And then I think maybe showering, like bathing, which again, I don't know if I would recommend doing that in a place like this, especially because I gave it kind of like disgusting lot traits. There's like bugs. I think I made it kind of stinky, so like all the appliances are kind of gross when you use them and stuff. So I probably wouldn't recommend actually eating anything or taking a shower here, but a plus side for, well, depending on how you like to play your Sims game, but I did add the on the ley line lot trait, so you might get pregnant here with twins or triplets or something. So if you really want to have a lot of kids, maybe this is where you need to meet your date. I don't know. It needed something to attract people, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what goes on here, but maybe that's what makes it interesting. I think this build was so fun to make. I love adding all of the messy details, and because of the eco lifestyle pack having so many like piles of just trash and paper, and like it's very easy to make this place look bad. And with the life and death pack, we got broken windows. For rent gave us a lot of things that you can like that look really broken. I think the water heater and stuff in like the common area or like the entry area where the check-in is, and they have like a bit of a gross looking swatch. So I think it's all coming together. It will come together in the end. For you, you're not seeing it just yet because I've not started furnishing really, but we have quite a few packs now that give you the ability to make things look kind of awful, which I love. I think I really enjoy building things that look a bit bad, instead of making it all look really nice and beautiful, because it just gets a little bit boring sometimes. And also, I don't feel like I always know how to make things look really beautiful, and making things look ugly in like a cool way works better for me, if that makes sense. It's more fun because I'm not stressing about like, oh, but what if the colors don't perfectly match? Because the colors aren't meant to perfectly match. This place doesn't it's not meant to have a good color scheme. That's kind of its whole vibe. So I don't know, this is just very fun for me. And I like how it looks at the end. Also, the fact that the rocks and the plants and stuff from Strangerville that are from debug, the fact that they show up in the plants menu is so nice. I wish that they would do that for every single pack that we have, because there's probably a lot of other things in a lot of other packs that they could just put in there, because especially the ones from Cottage Living, I think I use quite a lot because they've got like a few patches of grass with mushrooms and then some bushes I like. I would love to see those just in the build by menu so that I wouldn't have to hunt them down every time. Because some of the debug items are just so beautiful, and I don't really care if the plants are like a little bit less detailed or a little bit more ugly than the others, because I just need some more variation sometimes, and some bigger things, because I feel like a lot of the plants that we have in the game that aren't in debug are quite small. So it makes it really hard to fill up like very large spaces. If you're ever building a park or something, I definitely recommend going into debug. But we're finally gonna get into the furnishing. I did all of the outside stuff before I got the game. I built that all on Monday, and then we got early access on Monday night. Then right now that I'm recording this, it's Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to finish it and put it up today. I hope so. But this morning I started building and doing the furnishing with the pack installed, and then the power goes out. We knew this was going to happen. They did say that there was like a planned power outage in my building, and they said it would be all day, but then I woke up this morning and the power is still on, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna build until it doesn't let me anymore. So I'm having a great time. Every single time I finish a room, I'm stopping the recording on my OBS and I'm saving in the game to make sure that everything is fine and everything gets saved. And I think I finished 2 of the bedrooms and I'm ready to move on to the bathrooms, and the power goes out, my PC turns off, and everything's gone, and I was like, oh. Then I sat in a very slowly getting very cold and very quiet apartment for a few hours, and then at I think almost 4 it all turned back on again, and I was like, oh my god, this is my time. I'm gonna finish it now and see what I can get done before I stream tonight, because I'm streaming the pack tonight, and then I'll actually be able to get into the gameplay because I've not seen any of it yet. I did have to go into like live mode to be able to turn this into an actually functional small business lot, because the way that works is a little bit confusing. At least it was to me, which it might not be to you, but you have to like buy the business and then make it a functioning business before you can assign any of the rooms to be like a staff area or a residential area, because you can't adjust those things yet until it has an actual business there. So even if you change the lot type to a small business lot, you can't change those things yet. So you have to like get a sim to own the business and then make the business, because even if you just buy the lot, you don't necessarily have a business there until you pay to start one. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was a little bit confusing. Luckily, it only took me like 5 minutes to figure it out. It really was not that difficult. I was just kind of expecting it to be different. Because I've not really watched anyone else's videos. I like to go into new expansion packs really like blind. I watch the trailers and then I'll read the blog posts that they put up, and that's it. I don't want to see anyone's reviews. I don't want to see anything. I want to like experience it all myself so that I can be really surprised and excited. And obviously as a Sims creator, I'm gonna see some things and I'm gonna spoil it for myself a little bit, but like I'm saving my enthusiasm as much as I can. So I'm very excited to see everything that's in this pack. I've looked at the cast items and the build items. The build items, honestly, a little bit less because they didn't really fit the aesthetic of this build, and I just really wanted to finish this because I thought this build was really fun. I will probably also be building something that is actually in the style of the new pack because that's also very exciting. I love the new like roof details that they added with the new pack. I'm so excited to build something with those. That's gonna be so fun. But the cast items, honestly, I'm not much of a cast person, so I don't really care that much, but I wasn't super like enthusiastic about any of them. I think some of the stuff is fun, but a lot of them I was like, I don't know, this isn't something I'm gonna use very often. Like I thought a lot of it was fine, but not like the best thing I've ever seen. I feel like I've been more into a lot of the other packs, like into more of the cast of the other packs recently than this one specifically. But that's just probably a style preference thing. And I just don't think I'm very good at styling Sims anyway. So when I find items that I'm like, I don't really know how to style this, I'm probably never gonna use it. But I do think they added some boots that I thought were cool. Some tall ones, and then they added some new tattoos. A lot of them you have to unlock through gameplay, which is fun, but they added some like plant tattoos for the legs that I really like, and of course some like arm and back tattoos and stuff, and some, I think they're leaves or flowers, like freckle tattoos kind of. I thought they were all very cool, so I'm very excited to see how the tattoo system works. I don't know, I just think it's going to be really exciting. Also, the fact that you can draw them on now seems really fun. I've not tried that yet though, because that just seems overwhelming to me and I don't think I'd be very good at it. I don't think I'm very good at drawing with my mouse, but I'm excited to see what everyone else builds, like draws with that. Although I'm a little bit like worried because think about how that would be moderated. People could draw anything on a sim, and I don't know how the gallery is gonna know what's like acceptable and what isn't. So I'm intrigued to see how that's gonna work. And I'm interested to see if that's gonna cause a bunch of problems. That's gonna like make them need to think about how to fix this, but maybe this is better thought out than than I'm imagining. I just cannot really imagine how this would work. So I'm just hoping this is not gonna be a big disaster with moderation, but we'll see. Anyway, we're getting more through all of the furnishing now, and it's kind of coming together. I used the Get Famous rug and then the Werewolves rug in all the rooms because they have like a bit of a destroyed looking swatch that I really liked, and also all of the rooms kind of have the same furniture. I think that makes sense. Hotels normally have that anyway. It's not like nice, obviously. The whole point is that it's not nice. I also realized I didn't put up any curtains. I looked at curtains for a while and then I kind of forgot about them afterwards, but I also kind of just like the idea of like, well, there's broken windows. Maybe someone robbed the curtains. Maybe the curtains were getting stuck in the glass when the wind was blowing, so they just decided to tear them out. Maybe they just gave up on curtains. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm currently, my girlfriend and I moved into a new apartment in December and we still don't have curtains because we have to like order to get them to the right size, and oh my god, curtains are expensive, so not wanting to put new curtains on your many hotel windows is probably fair because they're quite expensive. I don't know. I don't think I'm missing the curtains that much. I think that it looks fine without it. Anyway, I hope you like this build. This was so fun for me to make. I swear I've said that like 10 million times, but this build was really fun for me. I really liked it. I'm so excited to keep building more things with the pack and actually see all of the build items and you'll use all of the beautiful new things that they've added. Thank you again to EA for giving me the pack early and letting me play with it and show you all. And also, I've not recorded a voiceover in a while, so I hope you enjoyed hearing my voice again. But thank you guys for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!